Hello everyone, this is Zabi back in Tales of Maj'Eyal. So, after the fate of Bruno the Fancy Bulwark, kind of poking around looking for information just to see if there's anything I was doing wrong, really. And I found out this game has mods, or add-ons as they're called here. And originally I thought this was just for like DLCs and updates and stuff for the game itself through the developers, but apparently it's out for other people to do some development tools. So I was poking around, including the one we got with the game, the Stonework class. I kind of got a couple others, Somnibus Pack, which is UI and small tweaks, Items Vault, I think it's item randomization balancing, so apparently there's some issues with that. Escort Enhanced, now this was a big one for me, because I mentioned before the escorts were a pretty big issue, because they didn't scale well, and eventually they would just get pretty much one-shot by enemies, and it'd be impossible almost. I got the ferry race just because it was on the little message board in the game, so I grabbed that. Dr. Newell's class pack and Verdant class pack, so we got some more classes to play around with. So yeah, I figured we'd give it a try. There are more races, but I don't think any of them are really balanced right now, besides the ferry race. I might check those out later, but there's already plenty in the game, so without further ado, let's begin. Hopefully we can get a little farther than Bruno this time, though we did do quite well on getting to level 10. I was very happy about that, even though we died there. That was a good accomplishment. Alright, so you got the Fae for the Fairy. I'm not sure we'll touch those. I tried them out. They're actually pretty hard to play, but they are very well balanced. Trying out, they start in a different area, and it's full of really tough enemies, so we might leave that one alone for now. And there are some other classes that in the locked category, and you can see them, like Heavy and Creep. I'm not going to touch those until I get the actual class unlocked, as much as I'd love to try them out. So this time I think we'll do an Elf. We got two kinds. We got Shaylor and Thalor. Shaylor, good with magic, and the Thalor are kind of like the rogue variety. There's like archers and thieves and rogues and stuff. And we tried rogues before. We tried magic before. I think we'll try magic again. I had some good luck with that. I did not have any good luck with the rogue. That's something I'll visit another time. So we're going to do Shaylor and go right to the mage. Now we'll try the alchemist, but now we have this, I think this is a new one. Ascetics are masters of esoteric arts of magic and staff combat. They use the magic is less direct than that of the alchemist or the archmage. They has to hone their bodies to deliver punishment rather than relying on spells exclusively. So I guess they dexterity, magicka, and cunning. So I guess they're kind of like monks. So that's kind of cool. We'll do like an elf monk. I'm down with that. Permadeath roguelike as always. Like I said, I might get farther with some of the other versions, which allow you to die a couple times. And maybe I'll end up doing that because roguelike's not working out, but there's plenty to do. We've only done like 3 different kinds of combinations. There's tons out there. And like I said, I'm going to be adding more through add-ons, so there's plenty to go on. I'm not going to run out. And I keep being better every time I get farther, every single time, except for the rogue, I guess. That was something else. We'll do a female. Oh. What was it? I had a name. Just thought about from another game I played. It was a female monk. Or another game, not a book I was reading. Shay. So yeah. Again, you might notice my preference in short names. Just go with it. I don't know why it happens either. And now the thing, since this is kind of a dexterity and magic one, we do get a buff for dexterity. Okay, that's good. We get cunning with Shaylor. What about this? We get +2 strength. Yeah, we get -2 magic, so this isn't quite as good for us. Even though we get less health. And so we gain less health as this, and they get Wrath of the Eternals talent, which allows them to boost damage inflicted and resisted. This has to boost speed. You know, since these aren't quite as magically oriented, I think I'm going to go with this. Just because the boost in health will be better along... Oh, but they lose one in cunning. No, we're just going with Shaler. That's it. We're going for it. Alright, so initial level up. So, since we are a little low on health, I'm going to immediately throw 2 into my Constitution. And the other one I will probably just throw into maybe Cunning or Willpower or Character Concentration. Increases mana, stamina, and psi capacity. Chance to reduce mental attacks. Well, I think I might just throw a point to that. That sounds all around helpful. And you remember we died to mental attacks or whatever that was with the swirly Vortex of Doom and that Nether Void or whatever it was. That was messed up. If I see one of those again, I'm going to be much more careful about that. Maybe I'll just play much more cautious this time, though not quite as fun. I don't know. I'll just do my thing as always. So we got Rush. That might be a good ability to have, since we're not really playing that tanky, I don't think, with this class. We got Dirty Fighting. Always nice for Rogue. Not sure if we're going to do with this. We can play like Honorable Monk or something. It doesn't seem very healthy to go Dirty Fighting. Or it doesn't seem really Shaylor enough to go Dirty Fighting. Tactical Expert. Defense increased by 6 for every adjacent visible foe. This is kind of nice. It's a nice survival ability here. And I think I'll grab a point in that. Just for survivability's sake. Enemies will come to us just fine. I don't think Rush is necessary quite yet. I prefer to be able to take a little more of a beating rather than have to deal with. This is kind of to take out a certain foe fast enough. You'd use Rush and then take it down real quick, but I don't think that'll be an issue right now. Congeal Time. Project a bolt of time distortion, decreasing the target's global speed by 10% and all projectiles it fires by 15% for 7 turns. That sounds kind of interesting. So we have we can control time almost. That's amazing. And I think that's kind of what happened to us in the Void. That sounds interesting. I mean, right now it's not that great, but if I buff it up, it'll be 50% reduction in speed. So I can really slow enemy down, and if it decreases for that, the 15% as well, makes so we'll be able to dodge whatever bolts it fires really easily. Though it is only a single target, it's be really good against bosses. And then we have Fiery Hands. Engulf your hands and weapon. Sheath of fire. Yep, doing this. Time is cool, but you know, I like fire. We got other ones made of Tasmal, Advanced Staff Combat. All cool things. So we got Grace of the Eternals, which increases our speed. That's our racial. Hacking back. Hit the target, distracting it, and jump back 2 or 3 squares. Well, 3 if we upgrade it. That's kind of nice. Nice defensive move. I think I'll leave that one alone for now. I don't think there's a huge point in buffing that a lot. Well, maybe later. Phase Door. Teleport randomly. That's this random teleport thing in a small range up to 7 grids. At level 4, it allows you to specify which creature to teleport to. That would be cool. We could kind of use this in place of the Rush ability, or as another Rush ability, kind of. If we can go between the two, that would be interesting. Is there a cooldown on this? The cooldown is 34, and the cooldown on this is 8. So we can do the initial Rush, and then if the cooldown lowers on with this, we can kind of bounce between enemies. That would be nice. That might be worth having. And then we have Channel Staff, which is our Energy Bolt. I think this will be good because it'll allow us to kind of... Oh, we have one of that already. So, yeah, I think I'm going to work on maybe Phase Door, because at level 4 it would be really useful. At level 5 allows you to choose a target area. If the target area is not in line of sight, there's a chance the spell will fizzle. What do you mean a target area? So we can just choose an area you want to generally teleport into? The range increases our spell power. So this would be kind of an escape. You know, I think I might grab one in this as well. So, we spent a lot of time on that, but without further ado, let's begin. Yes. Welcome, Shay. You are the Shaloran, the elven race with the closest ties to magic. and you are despised. Oh, bugger. While your people are at peace with the other kingdoms, many have not forgotten it was your race that created the terrible spell blaze. I've been hearing a lot about this thing in the game. Thousands of years ago, pause much. You've decided to venture into the old and wild places looking for ancient treasures and glory. Seems to be the general theme of the game. You have come to the north of the Shaloran capital of the city of Elvala, in search of the Shintelling Cave. It is infested with vermin and seemingly alive crystals. Does that mean we'll fight more crystal rats? To the west lies another dangerous place, the camp of Reloran. They are the renegade Shaloran who do not wish to restrict their magic usage. Stopping them is good for both your race and your treasure hunt. After days of travel, you have found the caves and entered it. What will you find there? Well, you know, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably crystal rats. I'm probably gonna find crystal rats here. Alright, let the game do its whole registering thing. Any second now, there we are. Okay, this place is psychedelic, and I already found a Crimson Crystal level 3. Well, us being level 1, that is not a good thing. Thankfully, it only has 34 HP, so it's pretty low. So, let's see, we got Blunt Thrust, which is our stun. We got Mana Surge to boost our mana up again. Shielding, that's nice. Phase Door. Let's see, teleport to randomly stay out of phase for 5 turns. Nice little defensive ability. And escape. That might mean it's not worth grabbing the other phase ability for a while, because this will be useful for now. If I have some points to throw around, I might go into that. We have defensive posture. See, our defensive turn posture increases your defense and armor by 3. Will this like stick around kind of like a stance? I think it will. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna throw some dock on this Crimson Crystal. Oh yeah. This won't be a problem. Ow. Okay, maybe it will. Shield. Now, one thing I have noticed that is worrying is I don't believe I have a healing ability quite yet. So I'm gonna be doing a fair bit of auto rest to this Let's Play. Got a sling, a bunny, a snake. That, and I'm fairly vulnerable to magic attack, it seems. Because I believe that's what the crystal one did. Already found a letter from Rolf. I have a coworker named Rolf. Ha! Such trials you have overcome. Forget dragons and demons. Here we have a hero who has survived against ants. I should deliver this joyous news to last hope with all haste. Perhaps there shall be a parade in your honor. I hope you have registered the sarcasm in my previous words, but I obviously cannot expect much from one who struggles with insects. Allow me to share with you knowledge of a beast rather more fitting of a true adventure to behold. My travels have taken me south, and as I walked one night in an abandoned mountain pass, I imagined what treasures and trials the next day would bring. A brilliant light filled my vision, and I stood in its radiance, the land around me illuminated, so that it almost appeared in broad daylight, and that was when I saw it. Such a magnificent sight, with wings of fire leaving the air hissing and smoldering in its wake. I could only watch in rapt amazement as it alighted on a rocky outcrop mere yards away from me. The stone beneath his talons warped with tremendous heat. It was at that moment, Rolf, that I realized that this was what adventure was all about. There was always more in this world of ours to amaze and astonish us. And from my experience, wise man. Now, I think we got this before, and it was in the Dwarven one? Yeah, I believe so. Oh, gotta throw out my shield. Answer, no, shield. Oh, it's like, got us in a blind spot, so I'm gonna move. Oh yeah, that works. Just got a fireball. Think we dodged that? No, not really. Oh well. Oh my, it's resisting my shots. This is not good, so. I think next episode I shall engage vigorously with this crystal monster. I'll see you guys next episode. Bye.